Well, tonight was the big debut. Bobby Lashley and Bellator fighting at the Bellator 123 show on Spike TV. He fought against Josh Burns, a guy who was 3-7 in his last 10 fights. And this fight was as good as the Batista fight on internet pay-per-view. I don't even remember how long that was ago. I would guess that Batista fight was 2 years ago now, I would bet. I know there was some thoughts that the guy that Batista was fighting, there was no chance in hell that the guy had a chance. But the one thing that was going on about it is the guy had been in like 50 MMA fights at that time. And with this, Bobby Lashley has fought in some competitions around the world. But, Bellator, even though it's the supreme minor league to the UFC, even though Spike TV tries to build it up as it's going to be something down the road, and I think they got something going here, the level of competition is higher than where it once was. Bobby Lashley did win this fight basically in a perfect, flawless fashion with the rear naked choke, choking him out. I don't even think Bobby Lashley took a shot, and I think the other guy got pretty gassed. He was a big tattooed guy. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same guy that Batista fought. I don't remember that other guy having tattoos. I just remember it being a bigger guy. Basically, like it was a lot like Mike Tyson's punch out when he fight King Hippo. Every time you punch him and you land a punch, the guy's trunks fell down, and he was trying to pull the trunks up. I'm sure the guy that he fought could kick my ass, but definitely Josh Burns wasn't the biggest threat in an MMA ring for anybody out there. This is a big sigh of relief. I know that on one hand Bobby Lashley had been promoting this fight, on one hand Spike TV had been promoting this fight, trying to make this a big deal. TNA didn't pull off promoting this fight until this week on Impact, where they finally had MVP go out and cut a promo talking about how Lashley was going to be on the network fighting this week, and I think that was mostly just to save them embarrassment. I mean, I know that wrestling and MMA are two different sports, but they are on the same channel, and it's a lot like, back in the day, you don't want to see your champion go somewhere and lose. And I mean, like back in the day of professional wrestling, you would go places and, the championship was real, so you would go there, and sometimes you would be like bringing the NWA championship with you, and you would be defending it. And like Ric Flair tells these stories of people going out there and shooting on him. Hulk Hogan has a story about going to Japan and a wrestler there shooting on him, and he had to handle his business inside of the ring. And Andre the Giant was upset at him that he didn't ask for help, and he was trying to tell Andre that sometimes you have to fight your own fights in order to get respect in the business. And Hogan was able to go out there and do that. Of course, everybody remembers the story of Hulk Hogan when he was breaking into wrestling. He showed up to a wrestling school, and on the first day, the guy snapped his leg. Basically, to see if he was going to be able to go out, heal his leg up, and come back and be looking for more. I'm sure TNA didn't want their champion losing on television. I know that the Bellator pay-per-view, did good numbers. They were really surprised how well they held their own on pay-per-view. And here they are on, free TV on Spike, which is probably going to get even more numbers. So, I mean, like, if your champion goes out there and loses in an MMA fight, which could happen to anybody, where you just, you go out there to meet the guy in the center, you stick your chin out a little bit too much, you get knocked out in the first 3 seconds, then what are you going to be doing? Building towards Bobby Lashley, towards, I guess they're building him towards Bobby Roode. I guess that would be your main event of Bound for Glory. But he got the win. It was a big one. We'll see where it goes from here. Peace out, everybody.